Hey there, Jacob McDougall here. So this week I'm writing the Good News newsletter, and it's about carrying other people's burdens. We've all been in that situation when someone walks into a room, they greet us, they give that big, they say, "How you doing?" And they say, "Ah," and it's like a transfer of energy that we take on, and that's what this week's newsletter is about. But I wanted to share uh, my upcoming novel called The Ghost Tree. It's about three women, Emma, Maggie, and Alli. They were childhood friends that got disconnected after high school. And then after their 40th birthdays, they all get together and get reunited in a pinnacle moment when Emma is faced with a divorce that she didn't see coming. And Maggie, she's dealing with her own issues with a mother that is on her deathbed and a father that's battling dementia and Parkinson. And then Allie is struggling with just life, choices in life, where she feels like she should be at this stage in comparison to others. And that kind of state of depression and anxiety is really consuming her. And so I just wanted to share this little snippet of the novel. This is probably, I don't know, chapter number 9 or 10, roughly at about the 90-page mark. The three women have gotten together for the evening and they're drinking wine and they're talking life. Allie hasn't been really connected to Maggie and Emma since high school, so she's really inserting herself back into this friendship. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this and provide a little context for you. The bottle of wine was long gone, and they had switched to a deep Cabernet Sauvignon. The conversation flowed freely, as naturally as the wine. Maggie shared stories of her life with James, their meeting at UC Davis, the move to Modesto, the decision to settle in with her parents. She spoke with fondness for her children, her pride evident in every word. And it was clear to Emma that Maggie had found a kind of joy in seeing her kids walk in the same halls she had once walked. It was the kind of simple, settled happiness that Emma couldn't help but envy. Emma spoke too, skimming over the details of her marriage to David, the children, the ever growing distance between them. She glanced at Maggie, and Maggie, ever the tactful friend, quickly steered the conversation away from the looming divorce, brushing it off like it was insignificant detail. Emma was grateful for the distraction. Tonight was about escaping the heaviness, even if it was just for a few hours. But Allie, always the one to ask tough questions, was about to break their unspoken pact to avoid the painful subjects. I'm sorry, Emma, Allie said, her voice soft but sharp. The last I heard, you were well on your way to becoming the next powerful female executive, like your dad. What happened? Emma paused, the air around her thickening as her breath constricted, her fingers tightening around her glass of red wine. She took a slow sip, buying herself time to gather her thoughts, feeling the weight of the question settled into her chest. She wasn't sure how to explain the path she had left behind, the one that had seemed so clear when she was younger. I was, Emma said slowly, her voice faltering just a little. Technically, I'm still an executive. I mean, I graduated from Stanford, got my MBA in the process. So, yeah, I guess I'm not technically an executive in the corporate world, but I'm an executive of this house now. Emma felt Allie's eyes on her, patient, waiting for more. But Emma couldn't bring herself to share the full story. She glanced at Maggie, silently pleading for help. But Maggie remained silent, understanding that this wasn't her moment to intervene. I heard you stepped away from it all, Allie pressed, her tone warm but firm, as if she were piecing something together. Was it because of the stillbirth I'd heard about? The words felt like a gut punch. The old pain rushed to the surface, jagged and familiar. She could feel the ache of that memory tightening in her chest. She couldn't meet Allie's gaze, her eyes instead falling to the empty bottle of wine sitting on the table, as if it could offer a distraction from the flood of emotion that had just been unleashed. I'm sorry, Allie continued. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. You know, Emma said, her voice forced, too light. We're all out of red wine. I'm sorry, Em. No, Emma interrupted. her voice firmer now, the rawness quickly masked by the sharpness of her tone. It's fine. Alli and Maggie exchanged a quick, knowing glance, and Emma could see the concern in their eyes, the look of silent understanding. It was a look she had been avoiding for years, the one that made you feel as if you were about to be peeled open, raw and exposed for the whole world to see. So that's just one snippet of an evening with three girlfriends who had once known each other so well, reuniting after a long time away from each other, trying to relearn cadence of relationships, when to intervene, when to push, when to pull back. Uh, and I hope as I continue to share the story of the ghost tree that you continue to follow along and hopefully you'll enjoy it when it eventually comes out. In the meantime, enjoy this week's edition of the Good News newsletter, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.